Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Start with our prayers. Ishvara Parama Krishna.
Ishvara Parama Krishna.
Sachidananda Vigraha.
Sachidananda Vigraha.
Anadiradir Govinda.
Anadiradir Govinda.
Sarvakarana Karanam.
Sarvakarana Karanam.
So one of your homeworks will be, now it's been almost 11 classes we have taken and 11 times we have recited this verse. So your homework would be, today I will send the verse and the meaning to your mom's phone, and then you can meditate on the meaning and memorize that verse. Easy, 4 lines. If you can relate to the meaning, it's not hard to catch the Sanskrit words. So we have done good job. We are in the center now, 9th chapter, right? Like 18 chapters, we are in the middle, which is good. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So let's have the names of the chapters little bit revised so that we can come into the flow. The first chapter name, Observing the Armies on the Battlefield of Kurukshetra. That was the stage setting for all of us to understand Bhagavad Gita. Atama okkasari light esara atama video inka koncham clear ostadi ivtalle andi tella light andi ivtalle ini bande. Thank you. So stage setting, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, wherein Arjuna was put in a position wherein he is not prepared to fight. Who can put him in the position? Only Krishna can put. Arjuna, with his own free will or desire, he cannot say that I don't want to fight. Krishna as Paramatma inside him is inducing and putting him in a situation wherein he is saying that he doesn't want to fight. Everything happens only because of the sanction of Krishna. So he has put him in that situation, and then Arjuna is speaking, he doesn't want to fight. Arjuna is giving wonderful reasons for him not to fight. In the second chapter, 2 subject matters are involved. One is analytical divisioning of the body and soul, and then the next part is the Buddhi Yoga. Okay, and the third chapter is about Karma Yoga. In detail, we have understood in the second chapter about the body and soul, how we are not the body, we are the soul, the characteristics of the soul, what soul can do being in a body, how the soul transforms from one body to another body, the process of transmigration, everything we have studied. And in the third chapter, we start with the yoga system. The first and foremost yoga system which everybody can relate to is the Karma Yoga, because we have to act being in this body, and what kind of actions we have to do is been explained. The actions which carry the pious karma, the actions which carry the impious karma, and what is the actual action what we have to perform. Just having little knowledge of what action we have to perform, the fourth chapter decides on the transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge is the knowledge which speaks about on what knowledge we have to perform this Karma Yoga. When we have the proper knowledge of Krishna consciousness, then we will perform this Karma Yoga in Krishna consciousness. And that's why 5th chapter, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. 6th chapter, if you remember like this sequentially, you'll remember all the chapters and the essence of the chapters. Then comes the Dhyana Yoga. After Karma Yoga, Krishna touched about the transcendental knowledge, and he has transformed that Karma Yoga to Karma Yoga in Krishna consciousness. Then he is talking about the Dhyana Yoga, which is kind of most of the spiritualists or yogis meditate on. We spoke about the Ashtanga Yoga in there, how to control the senses, how to control the mind, how to focus on the Paramatma or the super soul inside the heart. The practice culminates into Samadhi, full consciousness of the Supreme in the form of his energy, which is partial realization. At the end of that chapter also, Krishna says very clearly that Bhakti Yoga is most beneficial, and the devotees who are in the path of Bhakti Yoga, automatically this control of the senses and everything is been taken care. Then comes about Krishna speaking about himself. That's knowledge of the absolute, Krishna being absolute, how Krishna is being absolute, what Krishna being the supreme truth, supreme cause of all causes, and sustenance of everything, both material and spiritual. There we learned a nice example of how the thread holds the beads to make it as a necklace, and Krishna says, I am that thread which is holding everything. and then we speak in the attaining of in the knowledge of Supreme also, how the impious soul divert their mind to other objects of worship, and if they are little sincere also towards self-realization, how Krishna pulls them back through his knowledge. Not through his knowledge, but by, as Paramatma, getting them attracted towards his knowledge. And after attaining the knowledge, next thing Niyati is attaining the Supreme. Once you know the knowledge of the Absolute, you want to go to that Absolute. How to go to that Absolute is by remembering Krishna in devotion throughout one's life. It's not said once in a day, once in a week, 1 hour a day, not like that. Throughout your life. And we have discussed many analogies how we can remember Krishna in everything, seeing everything in Krishna and seeing Krishna in everything. It's not hard once the consciousness raises level to the level that Krishna is the cause of all causes. What is his abode? How beautiful is that abode? Chintamani prakara sadmashu kalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shada sambhrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma is glorifying this supreme abode of Krishna. So why not we want to go to that supreme abode? That's beyond the material world, totally beyond the material world. Today, now, after having the revision and recap till 8 chapters, we will do 9th chapter. The 9th chapter name is, you can note it down. Today turn is Niyati's, okay. The most confidential knowledge. So you have to take points very nicely, okay. This is the most confidential knowledge. Confidential itself means something very valuable and secretive. It's not like though valuable, it won't be told to everybody and anybody. And now here Krishna is saying most confidential knowledge. So let's understand what is this most confidential knowledge. No wonder most confidential knowledge has to be spoken by the most knowledgeable person, and who has this opulence of knowledge. Out of the 6 opulences, what Krishna possesses, Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulence, Van means possess. Bhagavan means one who possesses the opulences, and that opulence of knowledge is with him. So obviously, he is the knowledge embodiment, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Remember, Chit is the part of knowledge. Sat is the part of eternality. Ananda is bliss. So he is the source of all the knowledge. So obviously, he is going to give the confidential knowledge. So the chapter starts with Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave. Pravakshyami means I am speaking. Guhyatamam means most confidential. Guhya means confidential. Guhyatamam means most confidential. Jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshashe ashubhat. From all miserable material existence, all inauspiciousness, ashubhat, you will be released. By how? By knowing about me, by knowing about this confidential knowledge. Because you are never envious of me. That's why I am pravakshyami. I am telling you this knowledge because you are not envious of me. Very important word. Anashuyave. Asuya means enviousness. Anashuya means non-enviousness. Because you are non-envious to me and my knowledge, I am explaining this. We did knowledge of absolute, yes? Yes? That's Krishna's knowledge, yes? But here Krishna is saying he is going to give you most confidential knowledge. What was the knowledge there? The knowledge is Krishna is the absolute, Krishna is the supreme personality of the Godhead, Krishna is the cause of all causes, Krishna is the one who is the maintainer of everything. But now he is saying, I'm going to give you, impart you. Imparting means like injection through the vein. I'm going to impart you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which, O Arjuna, you will be relieved from all material miseries and inauspiciousness. And the second verse is a memorization verse, girls. So it is 9.2. You can note it down. Beautiful verse to memorize. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshavagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Beautiful verse. Niyati likes Sanskrit recitation, so I'm going to do 2 or 3 at least minimum verses in these classes every 1 hour. Yeah, beautiful verse. Krishna is saying, this knowledge, what I am going to share with you now, is the king of all education. Vidya means education. Raja Vidya means king of all education. Raja Guhyam. Guhyam means secretive and confidential. Raja Guhyam means secret of all the secrets. Pavitram. Idam Uttamam. Pavitram. Pavitranga undali antar kada. Pure. Purest knowledge. This is the purest knowledge. And it is directly, and it gives us the direct perception of who we are. This knowledge, what I was sharing, of course, but more exclusively sharing this knowledge gives us the perception. Or Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. So, oh Arjuna, this will give you the direct perception of self. It is everlasting. And susukam kartum avyayam, it is performed joyfully. Did you ever see anybody performing bhakti by crying? I mean, they cry because they want something from Krishna, but other than that, nobody is forced to do bhakti. You realize? When we take the shelter of bhakti, is we take happily the shelter of bhakti. We surrender to Krishna, but we surrender happily. We don't surrender because we have to surrender. We surrender because we want to surrender. In case of material world, if the police comes, you don't surrender by putting your hands up saying that, oh, police, I want to surrender. Because there is no choice, you surrender. But with Krishna, it's not like that. You surrendered it wholeheartedly. So this process is a gradual process. It's not overnight process. It's not weekly process. See, girls, this endeavor, what your mother is making, what myself I am making, and back end your father is supporting, this is not normal endeavor. This is an endeavor or an effort to fan the dormant spark of fire within us all by connecting to Krishna. I'm not saying just to you. It's not you the one who is getting benefited. Everything is getting benefited. Me sitting here and speaking about Krishna early in the morning is beneficial. I know chanting is more important for me, but I'm foregoing a part of chanting for your thing, or else I finish my chanting by 7:45, 8. But anyhow, but this is purificatory for me also, because this is like a fire. We discussed, right? Fire when comes, it clears everything. Sun when comes, it clears everything. So this knowledge is so pure. So what I'm saying is, acknowledge the efforts of all of us, yourself also, you putting this time, and appreciate this one by gratitude. And how you will appreciate by gratitude is, take these things really into the most important part of your brain, mind, heart, wherever it is. Because this is not just a study of 20 classes. This is a study of maybe 20 lifetimes or more. I told you there is a gross body, there is a subtle body. Yes, girls? In the subtle body, mind, intelligence and false ego. So when you have this knowledge of the supreme spiritual knowledge, that knowledge is carried along with your subtle body, but it doesn't go deteriorated with your gross body into Panchabhutas. This knowledge is not going to vanish. If you are in 3rd grade, in the next life you have to start from pre-kindergarten, kindergarten only. You cannot go to 4th grade. But in case of spiritual knowledge, whatever you are collecting, wherever you have stopped, don't switch off the light, please. Okay, wherever you have stopped, from there you can carry. Because along with the soul, this subtle body also travels, and as a part of subtle body, this knowledge and intelligence which you have secured in relationship to the spirit which you are is going to be carried. And it is going to be helpful. And it is going to be really helpful. In the chapter of Dhyana Yoga, if you remember, like couple of chapters back, obtaining the, absolute knowledge, before we discussed Dhyana Yoga, 6th chapter. In that chapter, we discussed about Yoga Brashtas, one who have not completed their Dhyana system fully. What is their destination? You remember? Arjuna asked, what is the destination of the people who cannot finish their Dhyana Yoga properly? And Krishna explains them that they will be born in an aristocratic family. They will be born in a family wherein they can start or they can continue their spiritual journey from wherever they have stopped. And the name given is Yoga Brashtas. I asked you to note it down also if you remember. So it is very important. What I mean to say here is, in between of the 9th chapter, 2nd verse, is be serious. Yeah, I know you are serious. Your endeavors are serious. but take it to the heart. Take it to the heart, make points, and they are going to be helpful. Get attached to Krishna through Krishna's teachings. It is beneficial. I'm telling you. I know I might not be bona fide authority for you to tell that, but I'm bona fide. For you, you may not feel, okay, Mataji is giving some spiritual classes, let's hear, and we will... No. Keep it because it's a treasure for you. It's not $500, it's not $1,000. It's treasure. Precious. Invaluable. Not invaluable in the sense no value. It cannot be valued. We don't have capacity to value this knowledge. Coming back, this super everlasting knowledge, Krishna is saying, I'm going to give, through which you will perform everything joyfully. Susukam kartum avyayam. There are so many things to explain in each verse, but we are time bound. How much purport is there? 4-page purport is there for this verse. So you can go through it whenever you get chance. Basically, it is said that this is the supreme knowledge, this is the most confidential knowledge, and while doing any service with this knowledge, all inauspiciousness is gone. All the problems are gone. Problems in the sense not only just material problems, the problems which are becoming the impediments for us to connect back to Krishna, those all also will be gone. Those who are faithful in devotional service can attain me, but who are not faithful in the devotional service, contrarily cannot attain me. Krishna addresses Arjuna here, some forwarding verses. He addresses Arjuna, as we told, right? According to the context, both each other address each other with some names. Here, Parantapa. Parantapa means conqueror of the enemies, or the chastiser of the enemies, or the killer of the enemies. O conqueror of the enemies. What will happen to the unfaithful people? They return into the path of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. If you are maybe officially engaged in the devotional service, but you don't have faith in that process, what you are following, then the Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi is compulsory for you. Till you get purified, you will be coming back here again and again and again. Behold of my mystic opulence, Krishna is saying that. Although I am the maintainer of the all living entities, although I am present everywhere, I am not the part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is very source of this creation. Everything comes from me. That doesn't mean that I am influenced by them, I am affected by them, I am within them. No. I am the origin of all of them. I'm the maintainer of all of them. I'm controller of all of them. Everything starts from me. Gives another analogy. Understand that as the mighty wind. Understand that as, I'm not giving this example from my side. This example is from Krishna. The Simba example is from my side. That's a different story. But the example here, analogy here is given by Krishna as the mighty wind blowing from everywhere. Where does the wind rest? What is the base for the wind? It is the sky which holds the wind. Sky is the receptacle of the wind, or else wind doesn't have a place to stay. The wind blows from everywhere, but what is the resting place for the wind? Is the wind always rests in the sky. In that way, all the created beings rest in me. Wind is great, but where is it situated? It's still situated in the sky. The wind is not beyond the sky. Similarly, all this wonderful cosmic manifestation which is existing, which we can see, is the will of the God, and all of them are subordinate to the supreme will of the God. Indra Deva, Chandra Deva, Varuna Deva, Vayu Deva, this Deva, that Deva, everybody is sanctioned their powers by the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. In Brahma Samhita it is written yachakshuresha savita sakala gruhanam raja samasta suramurti rashesha teja yasyajna brahmati sambrati kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Description of the movement of the sun. It is said that the sun is considered to be the eyes of the Supreme Lord, and that it has immense power and potency to diffuse heat and light. We discussed about sun analogy. Without any discrimination whether she is good or he is bad, whether it is good or it is bad, sun gives its light which can dissipate the darkness. The sun is still moving in its prescribed orbit, but whose order, whose sanction it moves is the supreme will of Govinda. So from the Vedic literature we can find the evidence of this whole material manifestation, which appears to be for us as wonderful, as great. How every day sun rises only in the east or west, whatever it is, how it is going down in the, everything is taken care properly. I explained you about that Einstein theory, right? He did something very nice, and then they came and they said that how did this happen, and I said that I don't know how did it happen, it came by itself. Yes, you remember?
Yeah.
So like that it is when there is, you can't believe that there is no cause or source for this just depiction of this whole system, then how can you say that there is no supreme force behind everything happening in life? There is some supreme source, and you are unintelligent to know about that supreme source, and it is your responsibility to know about that supreme source, because you are in the human body. If you are in the dog cat body, you can't go to your dog if you have a pet or you had a rabbit or something, right? You can't go to that rabbit and say, oh rabbit, you have to know who is Krishna. It cannot. It can relate to what it can see, but we can relate to what which we cannot see also. We can perceive the things through our higher intelligence of beyond what is this body. This is guhya tamam, or the most confidential knowledge. Krishna says at the end of the millennium, the entire of whole material manifestation, everything comes back to me, and at the origin or the beginning of the millennium, with my potency again, I create them. This is a part which explains the opulence of renunciation in Krishna. He doesn't have the attachment to what he creates. He can annihilate also in the same way as he creates without any attachment. We make some project work. My daughter made some project work. Everybody makes some project work. So that I kept for 10 years or something. Oh, she made it when she was in kindergarten, this small house project or something like that. So much attachment. Yesterday only my mother-in-law was showing me some old, her village house. When she was before born, that house was given to her by her father. It's a stone building, and she was showing me it 5-6 times. See how nice house, stone building this is. What is happening to that now? 30-40 lakhs material money. We sold it off, because who is going to go to the village and stay there and live there in that stone building? It's been abandoned since last 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is. So he's going to... No attachment. I told to her, it's okay, Attama, next one. And then I told to her that, like the same way, our soul is also taking shelter in this body. We are renting this body. If we get attached to this body, we won't be able to leave this body. It would be very difficult. It would be like, it is said like it is some 46,000, 86,000, I don't know exact number, but that many scorpions biting together, how much pain we will feel, that much pain we will feel when the soul leaves out of the body, if you have the attachment. Krishna says the whole cosmic order, Niyati, if this cosmic word is little mind-boggling for you, cosmic means that which you see, that which you feel, that which you experience, everything is cosmic. This whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again. And under my will, it is annihilated at the end. There is a director. If the movie director want to continue the movie for 3 hours, he will continue. He want to end at 2 hours, he will end. If the shooting business is there, he starts the shooting at 8 a.m. If he says 12 a.m. pack up, 12 p.m. pack up, we have to pack up. If he asks us to stay till 10 p.m., we have to stay till 10 p.m. He is the director. Means everything is under his control. Krishna addresses Arjuna in a context as Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya means one who is the acquirer of the wealth. Any work cannot bind me, O Arjuna. I am ever detached from all the sense material activities, and I be neutral. I am not like partial to anybody. Now, how fools, unintelligent people, fool is not a curse word, okay? Fool is one who don't know anything. That's okay. We are also fools in many departments. I don't know what is happening right now with the wars. I don't know what is happening with this Canada fire, what happened recently. I don't know about any storms which are coming and the effect we are seeing here. I'm fool in many material things. That's okay. If I don't know, I'm a fool in that particular region. That's okay. I need not be the intelligent person in every region. I'm not Krishna. So it's okay. But anyhow, how the fools deride Krishna, we will understand. There is a beautiful verse, 9.11. Avajananti ma moodha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Avajananti, deride, moodha, foolish men, manushim, in the human form they are unintelligent. That's what Krishna is saying. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. When Krishna comes in Dwapara Yuga as little Gopala Krishna, as Vrindavan Krishna, as Dwaraka Krishna, fools deride me when I come in human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme lord of all that to be. So Krishna is giving this most confidential knowledge of he being the supreme of all the supremes. He is being the supreme personality. He is being the source of everything to Arjuna again and again. And he say only unintelligent people, foolish people do not understand me. They consider me to be an ordinary person. Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, we read, right? He is the supreme controller. There are many Ishwaras, there are many controllers, and one appears greater than another. In the ordinary management of any affairs in the material world, we find some official or an officer or a director, and above him is a secretary, and above him is some manager, and above him blah 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 till president. Right? In the same way, externally to see and understand, we see many managers, we see many secretaries. One is controlled by the one. But in Brahma Samhita it is said that Krishna is the supreme controller. Why we are quoting Brahma Samhita again and again? Why in Bhagavad Gita Brahma Samhita is quoted again and again? Because Brahma is the first creation in Krishna's creation. And Brahma knows everything. And he is the secondary creator. So he is confirming about everything. Srimad Bhagavatam also speaks about this topic more. In the first canto, 5th chapter, you and my mom did together. Sorry. Me and your mom did together this particular thing. And now, what is that which is attracting these bewildered souls? Mogha asha, mogha karmana, mogha jnana. What is this mogha, mogha, mogha again mentioned in this chapter by Krishna? Mogha means hope, but in a different way. Attraction. Mogha means attraction. Moha, mogha. Mogha, asha. So baffled by their attraction or hope. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by the demoniac and the atheistic views. Atheistic means there is no God. That is the atheistic philosophy. Demoniac means there is God, but we don't want to take the supremacy of the God. We are the God. In this deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, fruitive activities, their culture of knowledge are all being defeated. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, everything is defeated, and being to hope that they will be the controller of everything. Does Kamsa not have the knowledge of Krishna? Does Ravana doesn't have the knowledge of Rama? or any demoniac person doesn't know the divine knowledge. They all know everything, but they don't want to surrender. Their false ego doesn't allow them to surrender to any supreme power because they believe that they are the supreme. But in case of the good people, those who are not deluded, mahatmanastu mam partha daivim mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashrita bhajantyananya manaso jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Here we are talking, Niyati, now about the people who are not deluded. Who are the devotees? Who are the great souls? Krishna addresses again our dear Arjuna as son of Pritha or Partha. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls under the protection of the divine nature. They are always under the protection of the divine nature. What do? They fully engage in devotional service. They fully engage in devotional service because they know me. Krishna says with an M caps. For Krishna, pronouns are also capital letters. M capital for me, H capital for he. They know me as the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So they are not bewildered. So knowing Krishna as the Supreme Personality of the Godhead is itself the greatest fortune of the human life. And they are not bewildered. Krishna is saying they are not attracted to any other material energy of the Supreme Lord, or they are not depending on any of the demigods. They meditate only and only upon Krishna and Krishna consciousness. They are always engaged in the service of Krishna. Oh Mataji, then we should not go to college, then we should not go to work. No, you go to college, you go to work, you eat, you sleep, you play, you do your extracurricular activities, everything. But include Krishna. How to include Krishna? We can include Krishna by knowing that everything comes from Krishna, including we come from Krishna. It's easy. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It is difficult for the crooked people. For people like us, it's not easy. It's very easy. Now I am telling you a very, very important verse in Bhagavad Gita, 9.14. This is almost like the center verse. We have 18 chapters. In the 9th chapter, only 20-21 verses are there, but 9.14, very important verse. Note it down, Niyati. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhridavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Beautiful verse. Many of the people who don't follow ISKCON fully, but they want to follow, they ask a question, who told that we have to do 16 rounds of chanting? Who told that every day 2 hours we have to chant? Where it is given in Bhagavad Gita that we have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in this particular way, in this time, in this number? Yeah, it is not given anywhere. But what is given? Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, perpetually worshipping me with devotion is the only way. Are we able to do whole day? No. Are we able to physically do the devotional service as given in the Shastras and Vedas? No. So let's not consider what Prabhupada has given or what Acharyas has given of 2 hours chanting of the holy name. Let's consider what Vedas says. Do chant the holy name for the whole day. Can we do? No. So when there is a sale, utilize the sale. Don't worry about what is the cost price, why they are giving in sale, what is the volume, what is he making. Forget about it. What you are making is important. The same ring you are getting for $1,000, and on July 4th if you are getting for $750, who is going to dig back of what is what is not? You are getting the benefit of $250. So just grasp that benefit of whenever you are following a bona fide disciplic succession, bona fide sampradaya, bona fide authority, bona fide spiritual path, then follow the rules given by there. It's easy. You don't question the teacher, you don't question the principal, you don't go and ask the principal, why did you give this curriculum? She is authorized to give the curriculum. After so many efforts and endeavors and studies and everything and authorization, she is the principal of the school or college. She has that authority to put. So like that, Krishna has the authority. He is the supreme controller of everything. So he's saying, okay, Sakatam Kirtayanto Mam. And Acharyas have given us the concession of building this purity force in the early morning. Chant nicely, and this is like recharging. Like phone is dead, right? You have to charge the phone, right? If you charge the phone will go on for next whatever hours according to its capacity, right? You're thinking that, oh, I'm not using the phone at all, so I need not charge. I'll keep my phone there. The phone will remain ever charged. Instead of losing the charge by using in 5 hours, it will lose the charge by in 5 days without using. But the charge is losing automatically. Little. Niyati, you have ever seen the phone being fully charged? You leave the phone here and come back after 5 days, you see the fully charged phone? No, right? It is still deteriorating the charge. In the same way, if we don't charge ourselves with this spiritual knowledge, which we are spirit souls, and if we don't charge ourselves with this spiritual knowledge, our battery is going to go slowly. That green will become orange will become slowly red, and it will die. So we have to always keep ourselves charged according to our eternal nature. Okay, sometimes it takes time. I won't say like in this lifetime we all can go back to Godhead, and I won't say that we can't go back to Godhead in this lifetime also. You're understanding? That depends on your faith. That depends on your determination. That depends on our inclination to go back to Godhead as soon as possible. And what do we do there, Mataji, after going back to Godhead? Whatever Krishna says us to do. And we will perform that how? Susukam kartum avyayam. Devotional service will be performed happily. I told you about the story of the Ramadasu, right? When Rama came to pick him up, he said that, please come, and where you want to take me? Moksha Loka. What is that Moksha Loka? It is full of happiness. What kind of happiness? Can we do Aarti? Can we do this? Can we do that? Oh, no, you all did this here. That's why you are taking to a Moksha Loka where it's only Ananda and bliss. And Ramadasu says, what is that kind of bliss wherein I am not engaged in your service? So Goloka Vrindavan is the place where you are continuously engaged with Krishna in service, but it won't feel like service. You feeding Krishna is not a service. You feeding Krishna will make you happy. Krishna also happy, but will make you also happy. There is a wonderful scripture called Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It's a beautiful scripture. I'll share you a class shared by my daughter when she was 12 years old for 400 people about this Brihad Bhagavatamrita scripture in the temple. It's a scripture wherein a small boy, it's not mythology, it's history. There was a boy, Gopakumar. His name was Gopakumar, and he goes and he gets the mercy of a guru, and I'll share the story, you will know. But what I'm saying is, he goes to the Krishna, and Krishna is very happy to see him. He is very happy to see Krishna, and by seeing Krishna, the boy faints. By seeing the boy, Krishna faints. So close relationship. And before reaching that, what is the path of Gopakumar, and after reaching that path, what is the condition of Gopakumar? It's mentioned very nicely in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. But if you can't read that whole big scripture, listen to this class and you will feel so happy. It's the connection between the Jiva and Ishvara. My husband's phone right now also has a picture image of Krishna and writings wherein Krishna is saying, you have left me long ago. I have been waiting for you since so long time. Now you are here. I am very, very happy. Please don't go again leaving me. Something like that from Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So sweet and so connective. So this verse of Satatam Kirtayanto Mam 9.14 is very, very important. Others, there are a lot of other people who do not engage in sacrifice, who do not engage in austerities, who do not engage in devotional service. But what do? They do the cultivation of knowledge. If that knowledge is spiritual, then it's going to be their help to liberate. But if that knowledge is material, then that would be the knowledge which is stolen by Maya. Mayaya apahrita jnanam. In the previous classes, we have mentioned about 4 kinds of people who do not surrender to Krishna. 4 kinds of people who does surrender unto Krishna: Arti, Adarti, Jnani, Jignasu. And 4 kinds of people who do not surrender to Krishna: Dushkritinam, Moodha, Mayaya, Pahrita, Jnanis, like that. In that the topic comes wherein their intelligence or the knowledge is stolen by Maya. Such people will not be able to go back to Godhead, but who engage in sacrifice by cultivation of the knowledge about Krishna, which we are doing here. We are doing that only, right? Ishita and Niyati, we are doing that. Cultivation of the supreme knowledge. Who will tell the most confidential knowledge to us? Tell me. Only Krishna. I'm just an instrument. But the source is who? Krishna. Knowledge of Krishna is important. One little girl, baby girl, 2 years, 3 years old, 2 years maybe, 2 years, that's it. She just started walking, 1.5, 2 years. She was distributing everybody prasad during Srila Prabhupada's time. Then also used to have these all meetings, classes and everything. Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of ISKCON, whose book we are reading right now. Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. Okay. During Srila Prabhupada's time, Srila Prabhupada was giving classes and lectures nicely. This little girl was born in the Krishna consciousness movement. Her parents were educated in the spiritual knowledge by Srila Prabhupada. They didn't have any knowledge of who is God and everything. They were hippies. You heard about this word, hippies? In 60s, there used to be people called hippies. Ouch, Krishna. There people used to be called hippies who were like kind of rebels to the norm of life in America. Okay, so these hippies turned to be happies with Krishna's mercy through Prabhupada being instrument. The movement itself was called hippies to happies. Krishna consciousness movement would change hippies to happies. So these hippies were there. They were always used to be in this state of wherein they want to enjoy something more, something more, something more, something more, something higher, something higher, something higher. And they unfortunately took the shelter of drugs. They were into this drugs business wherein they feel light, wherein they feel like they have no duties, no responsibilities, like that. They wanted a higher consciousness, but they were choosing the wrong destination and the wrong path. At that time, Srila Prabhupada came into their lives as boon, as benediction. Varam antangada. Varam deva moksham na moksham vadim va. I'll go into some different scriptures if I speak about Krishna. In the month of Kartik, which is just coming after 4 months or so, it's a beautiful prayer. Anyhow, I will not go there, okay? But anyhow, it was like a boon for the Americans to get the knowledge from Srila Prabhupada, get the right knowledge from Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada was giving the lectures, so we'll come back to the little girl story again, but something else story is coming up now. So when he was giving the lectures, then all the people sitting over there were seriously listening. And then Prabhupada was saying that you are taking the wrong shelters of these drugs and all those things. They are not going to take you to the higher consciousness. They are illusioning to be in the higher consciousness, but that's not permanent. Once you taste Krishna consciousness, you need not pay so much of money to be Krishna conscious continuously. If you take the shelter of these drugs to be at higher consciousness, you have to continuously pay for the money for that, and you will not have the eternal happiness. This is eternal happiness. That's what he said. And then one of the persons in the crowd, they got up and said that, young hippie, he told that, "Oh Swami, how do you know how good is LSD? Did you ever try LSD? LSD is a kind of drug. It's kind of, yeah. So if you try LSD, you will know the power of LSD. You will be shifted to the most higher consciousness. How do you know that? Because you did not taste, how do you know LSD is good or not good?" And then Prabhupada said that, I am an intelligent person. If somebody proves me that it is a poison, or somebody says bona fide authority that is a poison, then I do not taste poison to know that it's poison. If I heard that it is poison, I am intelligent and I won't take that poison. You want me to try how is the poison and die and experience that higher consciousness? No, I don't want to kill myself. Kill myself in the sense not physically, spiritually. You are taking wrong shelter. Yeah, and then he said that, okay, dogs don't have this consciousness of understanding higher truth, and if you don't understand this higher truth, you will be a dog. And another person said, I'm happy to become a dog, and Prabhupada said, Tathastu, become a dog. If you don't want to understand God, you will be written of that dog. I mean, dog or any jiva or living entity which cannot understand. In the same environment, in the same situations, in the same place, there was a little girl. I mean, these parents were hippies, they liked each other, they told to Prabhupada, we want to get married, we were living together, but Krishna consciousness doesn't allow living together without getting married, and we understood this principle, so we want to get married. Prabhupada got them married. They are sincere servants of Prabhupada. They used to go to different countries and establish Krishna consciousness movement. They were sincere in this bhakti path, and they got a little child called Saraswati. Saraswati grew up in Krishna consciousness. For Saraswati, Srila Prabhupada was like grandfather. For like grandfathers are more close than fathers to the kids. When they grew up with grandfathers and grandmothers, its grandparents are more closer to that than parents. Parents are strict, but grandparents are never strict. So it was like that for Saraswati. And Saraswati was growing up in Krishna consciousness. When she was 1.5, 2 years old, she was observing everything. So she knows that when the people come to hear the satsang or the class, after the class, they should be given everybody some prasad. So she was carrying small little baskets, and from that she used to pick small pickable prasadam, like maybe cookie, maybe sweet, maybe peda, something, and she used to give it to everybody. When she was giving to everybody, one of the persons said, who is Krishna? To that little girl. I don't know, I wouldn't ask a 1.5 2 year old baby who is Krishna, because I would say, oh, you're so sweet, thank you, cute. But that person asked her, who is Krishna? And Prabhupada was overseeing and overhearing that. And then the girl said, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. And by eating Krishna Prasad, you will go to Krishna. 2 sentences she said in her accent or the voice of broken voice. Not broken English, but broken voice, like we call it. Amma, atta, tinnanu, nuvu, nenu. But she had the understanding in her capacity, in her age, at her age. And Prabhupada said that she started her spiritual journey by distributing the prasadam, by knowing the importance of prasadam, by knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Now I have some videos and pictures I can share, old black and white videos wherein Prabhupada is saying her spiritual journey began. Her father Shyam Sundar Prabhu, his name was something else, American name, but after initiation Shyam Sundar Prabhu, he is still alive. Saraswati is still alive. Shyam Sundar Prabhu's wife is still alive. They're still serving the mission. The little baby girl always used to raise her hands, sitting on the shoulders of his father. Her father was a tall Prabhu, and then on him she's sitting on his shoulders, and then sitting is this much height, and raising hands is above the head height, and she was known to everybody as Saraswati, who said Supreme Krishna is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So beautiful, so beautiful. So no age is young to know about Krishna. So you are good. It's not a retirement plan. It's not at all a retirement plan. Bhagavad Gita reading, Krishna consciousness, spiritual life is not a retirement plan. What you will do at the age of 85, 90 when you are retired? Can you serve Krishna? Can you feel about Krishna? No, you can feel about your body pains, your headache, your arthritis, your anxieties. What is that called? Alzheimer's. You won't remember anything. At that time, how you can serve Krishna? How you can know more about Krishna? It's not possible. So it's not a retirement plan. If it was a retirement plan, let's suppose if it was a retirement plan, Krishna would have given this understanding to the most elderly person, Bhishma Dev, not Arjuna. Bhishma Dev was a single person, no responsibilities. He was the oldest of the old in the whole battlefield. Then he would have been chosen for giving Bhagavad Gita. Why would Krishna choose an active, gruhastha, young person to give this knowledge? Right? So it is for everybody. It is everybody. The qualification to know this Guhyatamam knowledge is not a devotee, but a human being who has faith in spirit. Human being who has a faith in spirit. Spirit in the means not ghost. Spirit means our eternal nature. Krishna says, I am the sacrifice, I am the offerings, I am the everything what you offer in the sun. Swaha, 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 everything is me. I am the butter, I am the fire, I am the receiver of the offerings. What else Krishna can say? Krishna is saying, I am everything. Pitamaha. Vaishnadevi is called Pitamaha. And Krishna is saying, I am the Pitaham Asya Jagato. I am the great-great-grandfather of this universe. I am the mother who support everything. I am the father who supply everything. I am the knowledge. I am the object of knowledge. I am the syllable Om from which everything comes. I am also the Rig Veda classification of Vedas, Veda Vyas. Vyasadevi is called Veda Vyas because he did this classification, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharva Veda. He did this classification of Vedas. And Krishna is saying, I am the essence of all those Vedas. I am the Vedas, I am the essence of all the Vedas. One who reads Vedas is supposed to know me in full. Very nicely Krishna says, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Shakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrut Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. Kids, girls, did you see the movie Govinda Govinda? It's a movie of Pavan Kalyan. And that movie is a remake of Oh My God. In English there is a movie which came Oh My God, and in Telugu they made a remake of Govinda Govinda. A person who doesn't much believe in the God is assisted by the God to understand him and tackle the situation in his life, which were very difficult. You watched that movie. Now it's summer. You tell to your mom will be happy. I don't know, you have a big screen, small screen. If you have a big screen, look in the big screen. You see my TV here? Whatever it is, I don't see the inches done, but you see the TV? It covers almost half of my hall. Okay? And this TV never played anything other than spiritual things. I mean, if I see Govinda Govinda, it's a spiritual thing. It speaks about Krishna, it talks about Krishna, it gives the instructions about Krishna, and Bhagavad Gita's 10 verses or 12 verses are spoken in that movie at the end. It's funny. At the same time, it's intellectual. At the same time, it is connecting to the Supreme. So if you have a big screen, also no problem. Watch in the big screen, everybody sitting nicely. Don't watch on that small phones. Seeing about Krishna should be big, because Krishna is big. On this context, I want to share something with you. When you have some problem, you don't go to Krishna and say you have big problem. Generally, it is the tendency, right? You go to Krishna and say that, oh Krishna, I have this big problem, my knees, I cannot get up with my knees, oh my leg which is not getting cleared after my surgery, whatever, right? So you don't go to Krishna and say, Niyati, don't go to Krishna and say I have a big problem. Go to the problem and say that I have big Krishna with me. Okay? Next time any problem, go to the problem and say, oh problem, you cannot disturb me, I have my big Krishna with me. It's very important. That's how you build a relationship with Krishna. That's how you accept this most confidential knowledge, Guhyatamam. So this Gatir Bharta, I'll tell you the verse also, note it down. This verse number is 18, 9.18. Very beautiful verse. Let me explain you what Krishna is saying. Gatir Bharta. Bharta means sustainer. Sakshi means witness. Sharanam means refuge. So what is Krishna telling here? I am the goal, I am the sustainer, I am the master, I am the witness, I am the abode, I am the refuge, I am the most dear friend for you. Nidhanam bhijam avyayam. I am the creation and I am the annihilation. I am the basis of everything. I am the resting place, and I am the eternal seed-giving Father. Govinda Govinda movie, okay? If you want to watch, oh my God, you can watch in your phones later. But this Telugu movie, Govinda Govinda, very old movie. Not very, very old movie, but maybe 15 years, 20 years back movie. When I was just Krishna conscious, maybe 18 years back, yes. So when I was just Krishna conscious, I was like, whenever you are just something, new something, you're excited. Oh, I know about something which is important. And others don't know about it, like that, right? So when I used to go to India, no, I don't want to watch any movies. Though I had that feeling of watching movies always inside me. Now also I have inside me watching shows, watching movies, watching this thrillers kind of thing. But anyhow, so at that time, oh no, I don't want, we don't watch movies, that's okay, don't take us to the movies, because we have to be exemplary. She's following Krishna conscious path and she's doing mundane movies. Yes, if I have the desires, what to do? I can't kill the desires. I have to go to the higher taste so that I can live. And it took 20 years for me. That's okay. So I said I don't want it. Then my cousin, Sandhya ఇది మీ సినిమానే సంధ్యక, సేమ్ మీదే, మొత్తం కృష్ణ ఉంటాడు దాంట్లో, అర్జున ఉంటాడు, అర్జున్ కృష్ణ గైడ్ చేస్తాడు, మంచిగా వర్సెస్ ఉంటాయి, భాగవతం చెప్తారు, ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద సినిమా సంధ్యక, నువ్వైతే అసలు జరగను కూడా జరగవు అక్కడి నుంచి. మై ప్రీవియస్ నేమ్ వాజ్ సంధ్య. After initiation I got the name as Srimati, but yeah, she was explaining me, no, you have to see. And I enjoyed the full movie, full 3 hours movie I enjoyed. It was so nice, it was so nice, it was very, very nice. So you also can be watch. Later that will change to more deeper knowledge, but at least initially that's a nice movie. So in that this verse is spoken. That person fights in the courtroom saying that Krishna says he is this, he is this, he is this, he is this. In that he says this verse, beautiful verse. What we have to understand is either it may be Indraloka, either it may be Chandraloka, either it may be Maharloka, either it may be Satyaloka, either it may be Patala Loka, or it may be the Matyaloka, the earthly planetary system. The sustainer, the maintainer, the creator, annihilator, everything is Krishna. No one can be ever well-wisher better than Krishna, even your parents. You can relate to your parents, so you are feeling that your parents are best. When you relate to Krishna, you can feel that Krishna is the best. Krishna, and Krishna is the best. This is Guhyatamam, or the most secretive, most important knowledge. We will finish off with 2 verses. Tetam bhuktva patram pushpam. Okay, let's go to the patram pushpam. Krishna is saying this verse, very important verse. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tataham bhakti upaharitam ashnami prayatatmanah. Verse number 26. Niyati, your job. 9.26, important verse. 26. Yeah, 26. Yeah. What is Krishna saying here? If at all one offers flower, if at all one offers leaf, if at all one offers fruit, if at all one offers water also, with loving devotion, I will accept it. That doesn't mean that you eat pizza, burger, pasta, everything, and give only one tulsi patra to Krishna every day. Krishna, I gave you whatever you wanted. No, you can offer everything to Krishna, but Krishna is saying, if you cannot offer big offerings to me also, it's okay. I am fine with this patram pushpam phalam toyam also, but what is the main ingredient I want in that is loving devotion. When there is loving devotion, I will accept that patram pushpam phalam toyam also as chappan bhog. Chappan means 56. That's a standard of 56. You can offer 108 also, but 56 is the minimum standard. Whenever there is a festival in the temple, whenever there is a big occasion at your home, you offer minimum 56 offerings to Krishna. So anyhow, what Krishna is saying is, even though you offer 56 or 108 or whatever the number, if there is no love and devotion in it, I will not be able to accept it. In this context, I will tell you a story. Okay, Mahabharat, we all know Mahabharat. What is the time? I'm exceeding the time. Okay, you know Mahabharat. Oh, 1 hour 12 minutes. Okay, I joined first. Okay, anyhow, Mahabharat, you all know the story, right? So Krishna comes to Hastinapur, and Duryodhana comes running. Oh, I want to give you a feast. Please come to my house for lunch. And Krishna says, I don't want to come to your house. Duryodhana doesn't sit quiet. He's asking, why you are not coming to my house? Then Krishna says there should be 2 reasons for to come and take the lunch in your house. One is, you have to offer that lunch with love, which you don't have for me. If you have love for me, you wouldn't fight with Pandavas. If I love Pandavas, if you love me, you should love Pandavas also. If you have enmity towards Pandavas, that means you don't love Pandavas, you don't love me. This is all show off business. Second thing is, one has to be hungry to accept any feast. I'm not hungry now, so I don't want to accept your feast. Krishna is saying, we are seeing here, reading what Krishna is telling, but there Krishna directly telling to Yudhishthira, I don't want to accept you because there is no love and devotion. Instead, what did you do? You know, Niyati and Ishita, there is some other personality who is a devoted person to Krishna, that is Vidura. Vidura, who is Vidura? Vidura is the younger brother of Dhritarashtra. He is born to a maid servant, so he is not considered as very much important in dealing with the administration, kingly rules, but he is a very good devotee. Though he is working under Dhritarashtra, though he is working for Hastinapur, he was a very good devotee for Krishna. So instead of accepting the lunch invitation at Duryodhana's place, Krishna accepts the lunch invitation at Vidura's place. Just like that. Vidura did not even invite him. He went. And when he went, Vidura was not there. Vidura's wife was there. Vidura's wife is more great devoted to Krishna than Vidura. Vidura, at least for obligation wise, he used to take care of the administrational servitude projects, so he would not have exclusively expressed his devotion before the king and kinsmen about Krishna. But wives are wives, they are at home, right? They can do whatever they want, and she was completely dedicated to Krishna. As soon as she saw Krishna, she was so happy. She bows down to Krishna, she offers him a nice seat to Krishna, in their capacity, whatever they have, nice seat to Krishna. She says, please sit, Krishna, I'm going to get you something to eat. She gets bananas, and with just seeing Krishna, she didn't have anything because she was not prepared, and there was no time. She can't make unattended Krishna and say, sit here in 1 hour like this only, I'll make all the bhoga and get for you. So she just picked up the bananas, and then it is prasad. It is not offered. She is directly offering to the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. And one of the 4 things Krishna says is phalam. So she was offering this fruit. And when she was offering fruit, she was so much into Krishna that she doesn't want even to blink her eyes to see Krishna, to lose the sight of Krishna. So when she was giving, she was seeing Krishna like this. As I am seeing you both, she was peeling banana like this. And in her full conscious state of being with Krishna, she took off the banana and put it down, and she offered the peel to Krishna. And Krishna, in full connection and consciousness with his devotee, Vidura's wife, he took the peel and he ate the peel nicely. And this Leela was going on for maybe 1-2 bananas, I don't know. And Vidura comes. And Vidura says, what is going on? Why are you offering banana peels to Krishna? And they both come to conscious and say that, oh, am I offering banana peels? And Krishna says, am I eating banana peels? So beautiful. So beautiful. Love and devotion. The last verse of today, 9.27 Niyati. Yat karoshi yad ashnashi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madatpanam. So what is Krishna finally saying? Okay, this is almost final verse. Okay, I told you about the video, right? This is my last. I did not even share that video, right? My son saying this is the last one, what I'm going to do, this is the last one. I shared with you, but I did not share the video. I will. Everything is in my mind, but I don't do that. I will share this lecture of Rishika sharing about Gopakumar's story, and I will share my son's video also about, he's saying last. Anyhow, and see and watch the Govinda movie. Okay, I'm not going to send the link. You find it. It's available everywhere. So this verse, Yat karoshi yadashnasi. What Krishna is saying, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerities you perform, do that everything, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. That's how you include me in you. That's how you do it for me. And that is called Archana. Bhagavad Gita, Kinchidadita, Ganga, Jalagalava, Sankanika, Pita, Sakrit, Apisu Murari, Archa. Kriyate Tasya, Yamena Na Charcha. Archana means offering everything in service to Krishna. Everything. In my mom, whenever we used to get the new clothes, we used to not get new clothes like as you get it, okay? Yearly maybe 2 or 3 times only new clothes, only for festivals. It's not about the poverty, or it's not about the under high class thing. Like here, whenever you go to the mall, you like a shirt and you take it, right? Oh, this shirt is nice, and you don't wait for an occasion to wear it. Next day immediately you wear it, right? It's not like that. When I was a child, not like you, but a little more younger child, like you, then I had my choices. But when you're very young, it was a ritual, like yearly 3 or 4 times for Pedda Pandagalu, Dasara, Deepavali, like that. And that time you get the clothes, 1 pair, 2 pair, and you use that nicely. Very nicely, very carefully. But anyhow, why I got this topic of clothes now? When we used to get that clothes, as soon as we used to get, my mom used to put some kumkum on the side of that dress or side of that whatever clothes we got, put it those all things in a big tray and offer it before the Lord. Gratitude that we have received. gratitude that this came from you, we are offering it to you. Whether Krishna is wearing it or not, that's another story, but you are offering from your side. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. Krishna can wear with his sight also, with glancing upon that also. Love and devotion, gratitude. ఇప్పుడు ఏది వచ్చినా కూడా ఎనీథింగ్ యూ రిసీవ్ నౌ నో గ్రాటిట్యూడ్. My mom is earning 100k, my dad is earning 100k, what is this big deal of $10 t-shirt? Oh, I liked it, I will take it. Gratitude, where it is coming from, who is the source of everything. So here Krishna is saying, do it for me, do it for me, do it for me, do it for me. Everything, do it for me. Whatever you eat, do it for me. Whatever you do it for me. Whatever you offer, give it, or give as charity, everything do it for me. Any austerities performed, do it for me. Any sacrifices performed, do it for me. Nowadays people are very much inclined to the meditational process case, dhyana yoga we did, right, which is not practical in this age. Every yuga has the method of going back to Godhead, dharma, eternal dharma, to connect to the eternal dharma. Dharma means our nature. Dharma of water is liquidity. Dharma of ice is in the form of solid or semi-solid, and dharma of fire is to give heat and light, like that. Our dharma is to be always serving Krishna happily, and that which connects to that eternal dharma is very, very important. So in this yuga, the mantra what is given to surrender unto Krishna is not meditational process. It is very difficult and it is not practical. What is practical is chant the holy name of the Lord. The name and the named are not different. The holy name and the named means Krishna's name and Krishna are non-different. So chant Krishna's name, that is what it said. So we will end the class here by chanting the names of Krishna. This is what is the Guhya Taram knowledge. Krishna is saying that always remember me, never forget me, and involve me everywhere, and you will come back to me. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. When you will come, immediately you can come. I think we are good. 9. There is one more verse. What to do? Bhagavad Gita is like that. One verse. Last verse of Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 9.34. Last verse. First your last verse. Near the last verse. 9.34. Madmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mamai vaishyasi yuktavyam atmanam matparayana. This verse is repeated twice in Bhagavad Gita with a single word change in the later chapter also, but here it means that engage your mind always in me. How to engage, Mataji? You are saying engage your mind and you will leave after this class and our mind will be roaming here and there. How to engage? Engage your mind always in me by thinking about me. Smaranam, becoming my devotee. Krishna, you are big, I am very small. Krishna, you are the giver, I am the receiver. Become my devotee. Being devotee is the best thing, Krishna, so I'll be your devotee. Offer obeisances to me, gratitude, and worship me, process given. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. This is the assurance given by the Krishna in the last verse of the 9th chapter, which is named as most confidential knowledge. There is a beautiful poem about Krishna in which it is clearly stated that any person who is engaged in the worship of the demigods is the most unintelligent person and cannot achieve at any time supreme love of Godhead. But a devotee in the beginning may sometimes fall off from his standards, but still will be considered as the best when he engages his mind in Krishna. His accidental non-devotional activities will diminish slowly. He will be soon situated in a place where there is no doubt about the conception of the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, intelligent people should take directly the process of Krishna consciousness and happily live in this material world. No problem. Don't feel that I'm in the material world, I'm in the material world. What is material world? What is the spiritual world for devotee? If you are having Krishna with you, always this becomes the spiritual world. Receiving Krishna is important, right? Where you're receiving is not important. How you engage your mind and consciousness in receiving the Krishna's mercy is more important. Okay? Now done. No more. Okay? Wait, let me stop the recording before I say this is one more verse.